now is the time to step up and help these kids and help these families here at Children's Wisconsin. And another story that we bring you is the Jerdee family. They are from Port Washington. Mom is Sarah. Sarah, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it. And we've got Nolan over there. Nolan, how old are you now?
18.
18. All right. And Wyatt, you are how old?
14.
14. Okay. Mom, let's talk about Nolan and what happened exactly 3 years ago today.
Yeah, today's the anniversary. We had just finished dinner and we were cleaning up, and Nolan said he had a headache, and he said he wanted to lay down in his room, and I said, no, lay down on the couch. I just want to keep you close. And he did. And about a minute later, he goes, Mom, my headache's really bad. And he said, well, get you some Tylenol. So I gave him some Tylenol. And I started to walk away after I took the Tylenol, and I said, you know what, maybe you're dehydrated. I should get you a bottle of water. And his response was slurred. And I turned around and I said, say that again. And he started to slide off the couch. And I ran over and I caught him. And we kind of sat down on the floor. And it just was happening. And I screamed to Wyatt, Mom, you know, I said, bring Mom's cell phone, bring Mom's cell phone. And Wyatt and my youngest, my daughter, Lydia, they ran to the phone, and I called 911, and I said, I think my son is having a stroke. And we rushed to the closest hospital, and they led him to here to Children's. And when we got here, they confirmed that they had found a large clot, and it was starting to break apart, and they needed to go in and get it. And so they went into his brain and pulled out a bunch of clots, but inside of 90 minutes, he was on the TPA, the stuff that breaks up the clot, and inside of less than 3 hours, he was already in surgery. So we credit everyone with being really quick. And
yeah. How do you even process that? It doesn't seem feasible that a 15-year-old can have a stroke.
You know, it was one of the options that went through my head, but when I was on the phone with 911, his left leg and his left arm fell, and that's when I was sure. I didn't know why what caused it. We didn't know of at that time, so it was truly out of like nowhere. But you know, when he was up in the coma, we just kept saying, you know, they put him like a medically induced coma to keep him okay, and we just kept saying, you know, just let him be Nolan, just let him be Nolan. When he wakes up, I said, we'll deal with whatever else. Just let him be Nolan. And when they woke him up and he opened his little eyes, he said, hey, Mom.
Oh, wow. And how are you?
I'm doing better.
Yeah. You know what? You are doing so well.
You're doing great.
A lot better than that night, yeah.
Can I read something to people? This was submitted by Nolan's physical therapist at Children's Wisconsin Mequon Clinic. This is what was said about you. We worked with an 18-year-old boy who had a stroke at the age of 15 due to a previously unknown elevated lipoprotein level. He has religiously attended PT and OT several times a week for almost 3 years now, and he continues to make amazing functional gains. From a rehabilitation standpoint, his story is notable for his amazing progress. In 3 years, he has not stopped improving, and he continues to amaze us with all the skills he's regaining. Immediately after his stroke, he was unable to walk. Currently, he's working on running and jumping. He has regained independence, walking to and from school, and more.
Wow.
He loves art. He brings all kinds of creations to show us from his classes at school. We're also so proud of him for getting his first job recently. From a personal standpoint, his courage, determination, sense of humor, and incredibly big heart have so endeared him to us. That's what
Wow.
they said about you.
So when he wakes up and he's Nolan, what is your next step? Is trying to figure out what happened?
Well, like I said, we didn't know beforehand. It was out of nowhere. So I just kept saying, like, we need to know why, because you can't. I just refused to let him live the rest of his life thinking, is this going to happen again? Or is it, you know, I couldn't. We would have gone crazy thinking, what should I be doing right now? Like, I don't know how many times I said, well, what if I would just randomly give him an aspirin an hour before, like, you do that. And it's like,
Right.
no, we can't, like,
Yeah.
live like that. And so, you know, the genetic people and the hematology people and I mean, everyone, they were trying all these different, you know, different things first more logical things, then more like, you know, remote things. And when they finally, you know, and it was actually like one of the very last things I think that they tested was the LPA, the lipoprotein A. And when they said that was it and explained it to us, that it was just, you know, your blood cells are too sticky and you'll clot for no reason. The doctor said he could have had 1,000 clots already and they could all have passed and we wouldn't have known it, or he could have had a stroke when he was a month old. Like, you don't know. He could have lived his whole life and never.
Wow,
And it
that's
just
amazing.
happened.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just, you want to talk about unfathomable. That's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Now, genetically, have you found that to be something that is carried from a parent?
Yeah. So after,
Yeah, okay.
it's okay, it's okay. After they found that out, first we tested our other two children, Wyatt, who we found out does not have it, and then my youngest daughter, Lydia, who is now 11, who does. She does, and she is. So, and then my ex-husband and I were tested, and I have it. And then my dad, and now we've had his siblings and my aunts and uncles and cousins and their kids, and we've got just dozens now
Wow.
of family members who have it and have the
Unbelievable.
elevated
Yeah.
LPA, and so everyone's now able to take the right steps and the right
Right.
precautions, and so we tell Nolan he's our hero because we never would have known. He
Right.
saved all of our lives. He took that bullet for all of us. He saved all of our lives.
You're a special young man. Thank you for coming here today. We appreciate that.
No problem.
It's a man of few words, but
That's okay.
but good words, good words.
And
When
you're going to graduate high school, June?
Very soon, yes.
Congratulations.
a couple weeks,
Thank you.
yeah. This happened right at the end of his freshman year, and he's still graduating on time. And I mean, he, you know, they went from saying he could be pass fail to giving him real grades because he's doing so good. Like, he is just
Right.
excelled in every possible way. Absolutely.
How much of an inspiration is that young man right there, ladies and gentlemen? Nolan.
I have to say one little sweet thing to just show how big and beautiful Nolan's heart is. This is one of my favorite stories. When he was literally in the emergency room actively having the strokes, he kept saying, "Don't worry, Mom. It's okay, Mom. I'm not going to leave you. I'm sorry I'm worrying you." Like, he felt so bad that I seemed worried. And at one point, because his left side, when his left side stopped, his right side was kind of moving out of control. And at one point, he knocked like the safety glasses off a nurse. And he goes, "I'm so sorry." And she goes, "Honey, you're having a stroke. It's okay."
Yeah.
And he was like so concerned that he was upsetting anyone. He's like, "I'm so sorry, ma'am. You know, I didn't mean to bump you."
I what about others who come like one
He does.
Well,
Big
clearly, you're an inspiration to a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who think you're pretty special.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Give it up for Nolan. And the Jordan family. And to Wyatt, I told you he gave us the top. I promised Wyatt he'd only have to say his age. There you go. 14, that was it.
Yeah.
Families like the Jerdees, that's who you're helping through your donation to the Miracle Marathon. 414-337-WKLH, which is 9554. Go to our website as well, WKLH.com. We have more Miracle Marathon coming up. Not too long, I mean, we only go till 5, so if you want to make a difference, now's the time. 414-337-9554. More coming.